And good evening, y'all. This is the K-Central-Show, and I am your host, Central Booking.
Yo, it's K-Cram.
42nd in the house, baby.
42nd. What's up, man? What you been up to, man?
Shit, man. Just kicking it, man. Just trying to keep it real, man. Be out here on these streets hustling, man. Putting it down.
Hustling.
Trying to, well, not hustle. You know, not that kind of hustle. I mean,
man,
real.
You out here scaring white folks.
I mean, real hustle, real man
you
hustle,
there,
working
you out
man.
here scaring these white folks.
Shit, I'm out here.
Yo, that's what you out here doing.
These white folks ain't scared of niggas, man.
Yeah.
Sure ain't, not these days.
Hey, man, what's going on with this Flint thing?
Man.
This Flint situation with these people.
Well, you know, from what I know is that...
Now, Flint is a black town, right?
Yeah. 57% African American. You know what I'm saying? They have a problem with their water crisis. That lead has been found in the water. The mayor made some complaints in 2014 about what was going on to the governor of her state, and they're just now getting to the problem. You know?
So, but they saying there was a lot of lead in the water and everything?
A lot of lead in the water.
Really?
Yeah. Because they switched them over from getting their water from out of where Detroit gets their water. They've changed, They made them change to getting it, I guess, from the river or whatever.
Right.
Now they're finding out that they're
can you imagine hitting the chick off that just showered and left in lead, man? You know what I'm saying? I mean, would that affect you?
It's a possibility. We don't know, but it does cause brain damage. You know what I'm saying?
Well, my brain's already damaged, so
don't care.
You know, it causes other problems in your blood and all of that kind of thing. So, you know.
I wonder though, lead does cause you to be violent though. They say lead poisoning causes you to be violent, right?
Causes retardation.
Yeah.
Retardation?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Autism.
Seriously?
Yeah.
But it does cause violence, right?
I guess it can.
It can.
Oh, okay. Shit. Yeah, okay. So I wonder, can you make a case if you did a crime that you go to the judge and tell him, man, I was on that damn lead, man. You know what I'm saying? Could you beat the case?
Hey, they're gonna have to prove it.
If you was on the lead, would you beat the case?
They're gonna have to prove it. You know what I'm saying? Come on now, in the court of law, it ain't what you know, it's what you can prove.
Oh yeah. Man, do you think this is a race thing, man? The reason why they...
No, I think it was a money thing. I think these motherfuckers
I think no, it's partially all of those factors. You know what I'm saying? Because my thing is, you knew this town was predominantly black. You understand what I'm saying to you? Predominantly, there are not a lot of jobs in this area. People are poor.
Yeah, Flint is a very poor city.
Very poor city. You know what I'm saying? And who gives a damn if you don't have money?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because had this happened in Dearborn, Michigan, which ain't too far out of Detroit, now I'm sure they would have been on that like it was nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about the money, and it's all about the fact that these are minorities, and why do we care?
42nd.
But here's the thing, man.
Hold on, 42nd. You do a lot of business in this town right now.
Yeah.
You've been around a lot of businessmen who build businesses ground up. Do you think it's always a race thing, man?
It's a race thing as far when it comes to money. It's where your priorities lie.
What you mean?
It means that, you know, if you're dealing with a minority community, and you know, now not all minority communities like this, but unfortunately, I think minority communities. Unfortunately, minority communities are more like, you know, poor to working class. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So it's more poor working class. So what it is you prioritize your money. Like if you for an example, you got Brooklyn versus Long Island.
Okay.
You're in Queens, certain parts of Queens. Your focus is probably going to be on the more middle to upper class Queens and their concerns than it is going to be to Brownsville or Flatbush, Brooklyn.
Right.
It's the same thing in Miami. It's going to be Coconut Grove or Coral Gables as opposed to Carroll City
or Dade County.
Or Dade, you know what I mean? Those areas, Opelika, the Triangle, you know, Bunchy Park, all those areas. You know what I mean? So it's going to be more important to you to focus with, because those are money spenders,
right?
As opposed to, okay, it's time to be unpolitically correct.
Okay,
as opposed to a bunch of niggas who's just who's just spit, who's just bitching, who's just bitching all the time. See, niggas only do just, they don't really make a lot of money off of quote unquote niggas, because all niggas do in their mind is bitch. You asked me about the businessman.
Okay, go ahead.
And I think this is what all they do is bitch over there.
Right,
if
right.
Bunchy Park, Miami, all them motherfuckers do is bitch. That's all them niggas do over there is bitch.
Right.
So they'll do the bare minimum just to keep them happy. As long as they can buy their weed and their beer, they straight.
Oh,
but the policy makers,
I get it.
They the ones that we gotta pay attention to, because if we piss them off, we out of motherfucking jobs, we out of business.
Right, and we're economically,
exactly.
We don't. I mean, especially with politics, man, we don't know what time it is. Do you agree with that, Central?
I believe
Do you
it's
agree
not
with
that.
what Mr. 42nd just came in your house and said about the people, man? You gonna let him get away with that, man?
Look.
Well, them are his people.
Now, come on now. My thing is that, no, we're not all politically driven.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? As a people, it's something to us that, yes, we take part, but a lot of times we don't know what we're taking part in.
Okay.
You understand? And when these kinds of problems arise, like what's going on in Flint, you have to look at it like, well, okay, there is a Republican person as governor. You know what I'm saying? Which lets you know right then and there that they're not for minorities. We're about business. We're about, you know what I'm saying, employing and strengthening the business structure of America.
And that's something we don't understand.
Of course.
Okay, go ahead.
You understand? So when you're looking at it in that way, and this is like, well, this is not a business move. This is social.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And we don't really want to deal with that. Now, not to say that this governor just now taking responsibility for a fuck up in his state.
Okay.
You understand? But do you really think this is the thing he wants to take responsibility for?
Hell no.
The question, I got a question.
You know what I'm saying? And the fact of the matter of
he thought he could
us
get away
as a
with it.
people who didn't really put this person in office.
That's true.
You understand? We didn't put him there. You understand? No matter if we voted or not, there's just not enough of us to put anyone in office unless it is predominantly black.
Okay.
And then when it is, we want you to be held accountable.
Right, but why is it? I mean, when we look at the whole Katrina thing,
yeah.
Why the hell is it always us? We're always getting caught out there off guard, man. What's going on? What's going on, Mr. 42nd?
Well, I think you said it, man. It's that we're not prepared, man. It's just we don't think.
What do we think? What are we thinking about?
We don't store for the winter.
We think about today.
Yeah, that's a good
We think
one.
about today.
Yeah,
what's going to happen today?
Jordan streaming music.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Consumerism.
I'm living for the day. You know what I'm saying? I got my Jordans on. I got my tight jeans, my skinny jeans. You know what I'm saying?
Turning up.
I'm in the club turning up, and there's some weed today, and hopefully I can get some trick today. You know what I'm saying? Instead of thinking about the fact of the matter is, well, what kind of job do I have? How is this going to take me into the future? You understand? How can I save money to provide for myself later if something
happens? How can I?
You know what I'm saying? We don't think about those things.
I have a confession.
And a lot of parents don't teach
what's
those
your
things.
confession,
I'm unfortunately, I'm one of them niggas, and it's now that I'm coming around to that I'm starting to realize, you know what? If I don't have, my food and my logging stored for the winter, when it gets cold outside, man, I'm gonna be freezing my ass off, and that's more of a metaphorical sense for what happened with Katrina and what's going on with Flint, Michigan now. Is that we're just completely unprepared because we didn't pay attention to the fact that these guys in Flint thought that they can get away with just using cheap water,
right?
And they figured they can manage it. And they wouldn't realize the chemical effect of what had happened on the pipes when they switched it over, and they thought they can get away with it. And now they're realizing, like you said, that it's...
And it's just like with Katrina, when Bush pulled a lot of the budget away from the Army Corps of Engineers who were fixing those levees. So now they didn't have enough money to fix those levees. And where didn't they fix them at? Right at the 9th Ward, right at the 5th Ward, and all of that, where all of us stayed. And you know that those places are still not rebuilt, and it's 10 years later.
Oh, they're not?
No.
Hey, man, don't you? I mean, I ain't getting off the subject, man, but don't you find it funny how a lot of lot of us kill each other in those neighborhoods.
Yeah.
And then you look around and they just totally get gentrified.
Yeah.
We fight over these blocks.
Yeah.
And then you look around years later, you never even knew we was on these blocks.
Right.
I mean, don't you find that funny, man?
Yeah, very much so. Because it's like, we need to start taking pride in what we have. And I think, not just going to the politician, but to the black businessman also. You understand? You take pride. You need to start taking more pride in these areas where we end up opening up businesses.
Right.
You need to start talking about the fact that if I'm going to open a business in the ghetto, then I'm going to start trying to make the ghetto look better. I'm going to start investing in the land here. I'm going to start trying to make it look better. You understand? Because the thing of it is that's what these white folks are doing.
Yeah.
When these things happen, they go into their neighborhoods and
Yeah.
they make it better.
Yeah, they do.
You know what I'm saying? And now you have a affluent young white population now in New Orleans who has come into that city because all the blacks that had left, you had over
All the hooligans.
you had
the
over
niggas.
270,000.
Would you stop that, man?
No, what I'm saying is come on, let's keep it real, man. This is white talk here.
Okay.
They're trying to be politically correct with you.
Yeah.
He's trying to be nice about it,
Yeah.
but straight up,
okay,
at the end of the day, that's what it is. It's all the niggas. I'm telling you how they think of us. We've been categorized, man. We've been put into a certain area. And they will never say it because they know we're too goddamn sensitive and we'll act all out. But deep down in their mind, look at how they making their moves.
That's true.
Look at the way they making their moves is telling you what they think of you.
That's true.
Why do you think in Columbus they're closing down all those houses and buying up all those buildings cheap so they could move all their people in there?
Right.
And because the first time, because as far as they're concerned, you niggas didn't do shit with it, but fuck it up.
We're definitely being gentrified, man.
And that's what gentrified, unfortunately, to my mind, that's what it means. It means, well, we ain't got the money to be paying these outrageous prices, so let's put the niggas in there, let them fuck it up, and then, we can get them, move them out using our laws, and then we grab it, we take it, and boom, we can make something real
How
out
you
of
gonna
it.
let that man come up in your house and say that, man? God, hey.
It's the truth.
How many times I use the N-word?
It is the truth.
I'm gonna use the N-word a lot tonight.
My thing is, our brothers and sisters, you know what I'm saying? Not all of us are that way. Not all of us are on the land in order to defile it. You understand? Yes, we have a youth.
Too bad these crackers don't see it that way.
True enough. But the fact of the matter is, most of the times when they give that to us, it already is fucked up by them. You know what I'm saying? Because you want to talk about Columbus, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, now they're just now fixing up downtown going into the north, the near east, the near west, the near south, the near north, and they're fixing those areas up for them. While they take and put us now in the area they fucked up in the suburbs because the taxes was too high now. So now we're gonna put y'all and send y'all out there. To y'all it looks good, it looks nice. You understand? But it's 10 and 20 and 30 years after y'all done used it.
Right.
You understand?
10,
30 years later that white folks used that suburb. And it ain't up to par like it used to be. But now, it still looks nice enough for y'all.
So
we're going to put you out there.
So
That's
Mr.
a good way to
42nd,
look at it.
So Mr. 42nd, what you saying is basically here in America, they can do whatever they want to do to black folks at any time. Is that what you're saying, man? On an economic basis. Maybe not on a, political, but they probably can really they really want to go
Democrats
there.
think they can.
Who think they can?
I said Democrats think they can do whatever they want. Hillary Clinton think that all she gotta do is go in a black church and talk like a nigga, and she'll get over on that.
She is.
Yeah.
I mean, pretty much.
We worship them. We worship Hillary because of something she did for something her husband did in the 90s. And the reality of it is he didn't do shit for us. He ended up fucking us up too. You understand? But nobody looks at it that way. We just look at it as the fact that it was the best economic time in American history.
Yes, it
Right,
was.
there was a
You
lot of
understand?
jobs.
So that's all we see. We don't see the fact that he made welfare reform and made y'all sisters get off of welfare and made y'all brothers who was running away from your kids start to pay that child support and all of that shit and go to jail for domestic violence and shit like that. You don't see that though, right? Of what he did, right?
So what strategy should we come up with, since y'all talking shit, to solve this damn situation, man?
We gotta be able to. It's that $1.1 trillion again, man. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? But it's that $1.1 trillion we have control of, that we won't take and put to use. Like we just sitting here saying, we all talking about materialism.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. Instead of taking some of those dollars and putting it for.
Man, I ain't putting nothing to use, man. Now, when I want to go to the club and see some fat ass and trick off, man, you telling me I gotta put my money to use?
Yeah.
And I can't go fuck that chick, man. Fuck what y'all talking about.
Ain't nobody asking
y'all
for you to put every.
Man.
Nobody asking you to put
every. I want rims,
dime.
man. I see big booty Belinda down the street. I want some goddamn rims, man. Talking about putting some money up and being practical and stiff.
And then the ultimate question is what's wrong with us? What's wrong with us is we're just as human as everybody else. At the end of the day, when we was protesting and fighting, I think some of these crackers figured out, you know what these niggas just want? They just want what mean the world to them. So their hair, their nails, pussy, weed, that's all they want.
And a party.
And a party. They just want to chill. If we just if we just let them have their fun, I promise you these niggas won't be a motherfucking problem. And they won't use the word motherfucking. They'll say motherfucking or fucking problem. But you get the point. That's their attitude.
So we've been pacified.
We've been pacified. Hell yeah, we've been pacified.
So all we need is a little chat, and we out the way.
We out the way. We chill, man. I mean, how long did this damn Black Matters police shit matter? Movement go on.
Go on. It's kind of dying down right now.
Cop can shoot another nigga tomorrow. We'll be out in the street crying. Then some goddamn mayor come out again and say he's gonna take care of it, and that'll be that.
Central booking, man. You gonna let him see that, man? Bunch of people, man. This dude is in violation, man. Code 876.
I just got punched in my mouth, y'all.
He just violated the black codes, man.
Hey, yo. Hey.
Come on, man.
It is what it is.
Central.
And
Central. Come on, man.
I can yell and I can fight and I can yell and say everything and that's wrong and no, we're not like that. But in the reality of it all, it's the truth. You know what I'm saying? We fight for what we feel like fighting for, and then when it's not heard or when it is heard for a little bit of 10 minutes, like Black Lives Matter, they had their little 15 minutes. Now it's over. You understand what I'm saying? But has anything been done? What have we done with that? You know what I'm saying? What's come of it? Did anybody get indicted? You know what I'm saying? Any more white cops get indicted? You know what I'm saying? Did these kids out here stop committing violence against each other? You understand? So in a way, he's right. You know what I'm saying? Until we wake up and figure out for ourselves what we really want out of this nation, it's not gonna be given to you. Nobody's gonna be, we feel sorry for y'all. You know what I'm saying? That shit's not gonna happen. We got to get off our ass and figure it out.
And I'm still tripping on, these Jordans came out not too long ago, man. $650.
I stopped keeping up with the style.
Every time we turn around, we standing in line.
Standing in line for the goddamn.
You know what I'm saying? So, I kind of get the consensus, man. The Mr. 40 Seconds.
At least we should have been behind that movement. At least that should have came from
Mr. 40 Seconds, though. You don't think the way you look at us, man, is detrimental?
It's not me looking at us that way. I'm just.
So you're saying that's how it is?
Yeah, I'm just telling you how the power structure looks at us. Okay. The white power structure. I'm just telling you how to. And yes, it's white. I'm sorry, but it is. I'm just telling you how the white power structure look at us, and we need to get our head out of our asses and start realizing that we cannot be like everybody else. When white folks do it in Korea, everybody else, I hate to say it, has got their shit together. We don't.
Yeah.
We don't. Why do you hell? Africans look at us.
And everybody else practice group economics.
Jamaicans don't look at us crazy. A lot of people look at us crazy. You know what I mean? Because we just seem to be lost in the sauce when it comes to how things really work. We just don't seem to understand, and it's so damn easy. Like you always say, Krim, it's so damn easy, really, just to get the information and not only get the information, but use the information. Man, work with your councilmen, man. Work with your elected officials, man. Become a real voting block. Don't just become a voting block because a motherfucking honky can promise you some weed and liquor.
God damn.
I mean, come on, man. You gotta do more than that, man. You gotta work within the neighborhood that you have. This is your neighborhood. Like my man Central just said, man. Instead of he didn't say it this way, but instead of moving out of your neighborhoods, improve your neighborhoods. The reason why people don't want to spend money in our neighborhoods because they're afraid that the money's going to get taken. They're afraid that the money's going to be put to waste. If they thought that their money was going to benefit, of course they put their money in the neighborhood. But what good is putting money in the neighborhood that you think no one's going to run away? You gotta worry about people gonna steal shit off of you, steal materials that you're using to build, refurnish your house.
Now you deal with us on a regular basis in your profession. Yeah. I don't want to, put it out there what you do for a living.
I'm a contract killer, but that's okay.
We look at you and tell that. You know what I'm saying?
Don't believe that, y'all. That's a joke, okay? Please don't take that serious.
But in all honesty, man, when you deal with us in cash or money, how's it different with dealing with other people? When you deal
Great
with us?
question. I'll give you a real example. I dealt with some of my peoples, and I picked them up from a nice hotel. I got them in the car, and they were drunk because it was Saturday.
Right.
The first thing they wanted to do was Jew me about the price.
Okay.
Now the prices that are set, that we set are good prices, are decent prices, but they wanted to Jew me on the price. They wanted to turn around and be like, they wanted to cheat me on the price, lowball me on the price,
not pay you.
We probably want to cut.
Now, listen. Let me. I'm gonna be honest. Do you get that on a regular basis dealing with us? How often do you get that?
Let's say I get that about 70% of the time.
Dealing with us.
Not all of us. Some, like I said, unfortunately, we're in the minority when we're considered good people. Unfortunately, when it comes to our image, the good side of us is considered in the minority. The bad side of us is leading the pack.
I'm sorry, but he's kind of being...
Put your gloves on, man.
I'm being truthful
right there.
I didn't got hit once, man.
I can't save you.
Come save us, man.
You know what I'm saying? I can't save you.
All we want to do is turn up.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, I can't save you.
So,
you know what I'm saying?
How's
I've dealt with it too. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? And not just to say from that business standpoint, but from just a social standpoint.
What do you mean a social standpoint?
I'm talking about a social standpoint. We think that sometimes when we're dealing with us, that we should get
Stop moving them hoes in your house. You wouldn't have to do that. Just stop moving them in. Talking about from the social standpoint.
Central, I told you about that, didn't I? Nigga don't want to listen to nobody.
Hey, y'all telling me to save. Y'all asking me to save, so I'm saving. I'm saving in my way.
So we're basically financially ignorant.
It's more. I believe it's more than an ignorance. It's more than an ignorance because the fact of the matter is that we don't think about tomorrow.
Right.
It's only about today and what's happened today. You know what I'm saying? Not thinking that, somewhere down the line, if you don't have anything to fall back on, you know what I'm saying? It's just like that thing. If you don't stand up for something, you'll fall for anything.
Now 42nd, man, doing business with the other side, because you deal with all races of people, right?
Yes, I do.
So you scare everybody equally. You understand what I'm saying when you deal with them. But listen, on the serious tip, man, who's the best race of people to deal with when it comes to money? In your opinion, just be real. You can be real on this. You can tell the truth, man.
Y'all gonna beat me up on this,
Who's the
but
best
y'all
race
know
of
it because I've had black people tell me this, and it's the majority. It's the majority. It's these white motherfuckers. They're the best to deal with because they're actually gonna do business with you. Why do you think we are more apt and more prone to run out rap music?
Okay, what about rap music?
Who the hell is making these rappers billionaires?
Oh,
who is listening to all these trap music songs that we're listening to today?
Good point.
Who knows all these Drake songs?
Yeah.
Who knows all that stuff?
Right.
Do you think Drake would have made $10 with us? He would have made $5 with us, but he's making $100 with them honkies. they know all his songs, and they're buying his music. They're guaranteeing him he's living in a mansion, and he's got money that I promise you he will never run out of. The boy is rich already.
Yeah, he's rich.
Even when he gets in trouble, it won't hurt him. He can afford to pay it off. 50 Cent, even when his ass went bankrupt, he still got money. Them hunkies, they know his songs. It's the majority. And why do you think rappers are making the kind of music that we don't like? Because it ain't for us.
That's a good point.
It ain't for us. It's for them. That simple-minded shit is for them because they some simple-ass people, but they spend cash.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? When people that, there's New Yorkers and all kinds of people coming down this way because the money, because the place where we live, the city where we live, has grown exponentially because of the white folks that are coming down here spending money.
Yes.
I don't see no nigga coming down there and spending that kind of money. Every time there's a nigga event going on, they want to shut it down early. They want to get the motherfucking cops in there. They want to turn around and just hurry up and it looks like a Fort Knox security fortress. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And even some of us are rolling our lives like, oh God, when are we gonna get this shit over with? You know what I mean? And you know, because the fact is our attitude about how to do business is warped. It's warped. We think getting over is the way to do it, or we just, it's always trying to get over what we can get for a lot cheaper, or what we can get more for nothing, and probably because we use the slavery mentality. Well, they've been getting over on us all these years, so fucking it's time to get back. Yeah, but don't do it to me, man. Do it to them.
Right.
That's the problem. You're doing it to me, you backwards dumbass
Exactly.
nigga. That's your problem.
But that's been our problem ever since, because the fact that's where lies a lot of confusion, because of the slavery thing and the way we were treated through these years by them, that we think we can pull off the same things that they did to us on each other.
Oh, y'all probably got to put
You know what
racism
I'm
on this one because
Okay.
I'm using a lot of racist epithets on this one. I really am.
We use a lot of the shit they pulled on us,
speaking
on each
your
other.
opinion, man.
You know what I'm saying? So it's that thing of, when are we going to learn how to treat each other correctly?
Damn. What's so hard about that?
When?
What's so hard about that? I guess we just so programmed, set in our ways. It's been perpetuated generation after generation to just basically just think for yourself. Tupac said it. It's me against the world.
Right.
And that's that attitude that you take. But problem is you take that mentality and you just mean anybody. You'll rob an 85-year-old black woman and knock her over the head and even shoot her for the same $5 if you thought you can get away with robbing that white man for.
So I mean, what? Okay, well, y'all talking all this shit. What we gonna do to solve the problem, then? Somebody give some solutions, man. All you done is just beat up on my mentality.
The solution is for us to...
I feel like y'all personally was talking.
Well, we gonna lock your ass up then.
The solution is for us to unify. Whenever that'll be, you know what I'm saying? The
Unify
solution
on
is to
what though? What do we come together? When we was getting our asses kicked with Jim Crow laws,
we had a reason.
All had that in common.
Yeah.
Muslim, Jew, Muslim, Hebrew, Christian, poor, rich, middle class, bourgeois. We all had that in common. Because they didn't like any of us. None of us could vote.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we all came together off of that. But the problem is now we come together. What are we gonna come with? Because what I'm coming together for ain't what they coming together for. Unfortunately, we're dealing with a crowd of people that want to come together for being able to get their weed. As long as they get their weed, they're straight. We want to come together. There's another group of people who want to come together for police brutality. There's another people who want to come together for finances. What do we fight? We got to get our fight together first. We got to find out what it is that we all have a problem with.
We come together every now and then.
Before we come.
Every now and then we come together.
Yeah, not even when we get shot.
I bet you.
Even when we get shot by police, we don't come together that much because believe it or not, there's a lot of solid.
They deserved
They deserved it exactly, and I've heard that personally.
I've heard that too.
There's a lot of solid majority among us that felt
be like, hey,
that are happy
that white man shot you, but he deserved it.
That happy that nigga got shot.
Saying? Yeah.
In Missouri, the testimony came back.
You terrorized the community.
Yeah.
What was my man name in Ferguson?
You talk about Mike Brown.
Mike Brown, yeah, in Missouri. A lot of black folks testified that Mike Brown didn't have his hands up. A lot of black people testified to that. Yes, they did. The report came out. When the actual report came out, there was a lot of testimony from black folks that said Mike Brown didn't have his hands up. Mike Brown was getting in his face, and they, and that they understood why the cop did it because Mike was acting like an ass. Now this is I'm paraphrasing that, but that's the testimony. Look it up, man. I promise you.
Central, come on, man. Come on, you blacker than black, man. You go back.
Hey,
I can't breathe. The days of black and
I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
Oh man.
There's a lot of people said he shouldn't have resisted, and that the cop didn't take care. The cop was doing his job and he didn't know. Man, I heard motherfuckers say that Rodney King, if he just kept his ass still, the cops wouldn't have been beating him.
But no, that wasn't excusable, man.
So what's the problem when you got a little 12-year-old like Tamir Rice getting shot?
He had a gun.
That's right,
and 12. You know what I'm saying? At 12 years old, he
and he had a gun. Did you see the tape?
He's barely 5 feet tall.
Did you see the tape?
And y'all talk about you told him to get to drop it, but you get right out of the car and shoot him. Barely 2 seconds.
Look, who's
supposed to understand?
You got quote unquote, you got 8-year-olds shooting you now. You can't take no chances with these niggas. And that's that mentality. Man. You got 8-year-olds. Look, they shooting each other. They shooting their grandmothers. So when I work in this neighborhood, I'm not gonna get shot over some mistake, thinking that this little nigga is for safe and he ain't. I'm gonna go home because this nigga got the drop on me. I'm gonna get the drop on him first. And I'm telling you, that's the attitude, man. That's the attitude.
Man. I get it, but I also think, man, and this is just my opinion, the system that we're living under as black people. We can't sit there and say we only been allowed to vote in the last 40 years?
64.
So
it started 64.
Right. So 50 years.
We don't know nothing about the Reconstruction.
Listen. We can't get. It takes time. From what? 500 years of being enslaved?
What's 64? That's like what, 50?
51 years.
51 years.
Like. Yeah. So it's gonna take time for us to kind of figure it out.
65. 64 was the Civil Rights Act. 65 was the Voting Rights Act. That's 50 years.
Yeah.
At 65 was the Voting Rights Act that we were allowed to vote. So that was 50 years. So it's 50 years.
Right. So I guess. My opinion is we do come together every now and then.
Yeah.
We party, we turn up together. We in the club together. That ain't coming together? Huh? Strip club, we in there throwing up? You can't say we all don't come there. You see, y'all tripping, man.
Nah, we all don't come
together.
Okay,
we all coming together for that. You know what I'm saying?
But
what about the serious?
Man, then when your family,
what about the serious
situation? Let me ask you a
situation?
question, Central. Now, when you want to get it in with your family, with the drinks, the 6-packs of beer, don't everybody come together? You got mad pictures on Facebook of everybody together.
Yeah.
Eyes red and everything. Cups of liquor. You can't sit back and say we don't come together sometime.
And that's why they can get away, that's why we're running into the problems in Flint, Michigan, is because
we're not serious.
We're not serious. We're not paying attention. Now somebody somewhere should have known something, but unfortunately, we trusted the system because we're so used to being, I guess, taken care about it. Even though the system may be unfair to us, we're so used to being taken care of. We had the mentality that we trust the system, that they can just, at times, we don't even have to pay any kind of attention. So when all of a sudden now all these city slickers want to start trying to put one over them, then that's what happened in Flint. Is they tried to put one over and it bit them in the ass. They switched water supplies, knowing that it might not, knowing that it wasn't up to par, but they figured they could get away with it, and all of a sudden it bit them in the ass. And that's what happened, and unfortunately, we get the ass end of it, because 9 times out of 10, they figured they could always just kind of slide one past us.
It's definitely a lack of respect to intellect.
Of course.
And I guess according to Mr. 42nd, rightfully so. You know what I'm saying? According to him.
Oh, don't say that, man.
The way they look at us, man. I mean, after hearing you talk about the way they look at us, man, I'm depressed, man. I'm scared to go to work.
I'm depressed, man.
Now these people that say hi to me every day, I wonder how they really look at me. Hi, nigger.
Pretty much.
Hey, you big black 6'3" monkey.
Exactly.
I have to be nice to you. Hi,
Or I'll get in trouble.
Or I'll shoot you because I was scared for my life. I don't know what he was doing. He came out of the building. I was scared for my life. I shot him.
But yeah, man, I get where y'all coming from. Y'all made some good points tonight, man. You know, Mr. 42nd, I think you need some counseling. You know what I'm saying? Central, you lost the fight tonight, man. He came too strong, man. He was throwing jabs, man. You know, you wouldn't ducking the jabs, man. You start taking the hits. You start going with the jabs, man.
All I'm doing is doing what the people do. Couldn't duck them jabs because we ain't ducking them anyway.
That's
you
true.
know what I'm saying? So, and if we ain't standing up for each other,
and we're definitely, like I said, with the Katrina and remember the thing that happened in Atlanta years ago?
Yeah.
The Section 8. Every time you look on TV, we're always caught out there.
Yeah.
Every time, and I think we did a show about the Black Woman's Net Worth being $5. I mean, you only got $5.
Bensonhurst, Howard Beach.
Right. You only got a $5 net worth. If something happens, man,
you're done.
You're done. So we definitely need to think more business minded. I agree.
Yes.
We definitely need to think more about business. Yeah. I mean, family, it's alright to turn up. You know, everybody
wants to do
and
that.
Turn up.
But the thing of it is that, you know, what about putting some of that money away to turn up another day?
That's true, but Mr. 42nd, what about him? He hates everybody.
You know what I hate? You know what I hate? Really hate?
Can't turn up around you.
I hate being exploited. And when I see gentrification in our hoods, when I see gentrification, that is us being exploited. That is basically a spit in our face. They are literally calling us niggas. When they gentrify our neighborhoods, the neighborhoods that we shot each other over or sold dope over or even tried, or my grandmother or somebody got robbed or something over, they are literally spitting in our face. They are basically telling us, without saying a word, look at what we do. Look how safe this neighborhood is. Look how beautiful this neighborhood now, as opposed to when the niggas was living here.
Hey, Central, you said you saw something this summer real fast, man.
Yeah.
Where some reporters came in because they're in the projects over there.
Oh yeah.
Explain, tell the people
now,
about that.
what it was that they came into that project area talking.
Now, what
about
was you doing in those projects?
I was cleaning up, doing working and stuff.
Right.
You know, and
so you was working in there temporarily.
Yeah,
right?
temporarily. You know what I'm saying? And they were talking about how they were going to knock all this down and rebuild. You know what I'm saying? And rebuild. Now they didn't say what they were going to be rebuilding, or if they were going to make that affordable housing or not. They're just talking about the fact that they were going to, move these people out and knock this stuff down and rebuild. You know, so some woman asked, well, what are you going to do with us? You know what I'm saying? And that's when they packed up and left.
And they didn't even answer
her question.
Wow, that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So what does that say? You know what I'm saying?
But man, you talking all this about being prepared now.
Yeah, well.
Now you in
now,
you over there. Hold on. You over there in the hood messing with the hood rats. So what you gonna do when they take you for child support? Let's talk about that, man.
I'm gonna be prepared for it. I'm gonna be prepared for it.
Send that damn check.
I'm gonna be prepared for it. Okay, I'll get a second job.
Okay.
I'll be prepared for it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So shoot.
Shit, bitch ain't
I
put me in jail.
up. That's right.
She ain't locking me up.
Well, Mr. 42nd, man, you got any last words, man? We about to wrap it up, man.
We're gonna be talking about this 20 years from now.
You think so?
Unless that brick mansion thing Central keep talking about come true.
Brick mansions? Yeah, definitely, man. Central Booking, you got any last words?
Hey, all I want to say is, it's time for you to be prepared. Get out here and do something for yourself. Save your money. You know what I'm saying? There's always a rainy day around the corner. And if you don't, then, when you're stuck out there and you're figuring out that nobody's going to help you, then you deserve that.
So, fellas, predict in the next disaster. Predict one. Is it going to be another month, 2-3 months before we're caught out there again? Another year? Just
it won't be another year.
It won't be another year.
No.
Okay, what's today's date?
Today's the February 3rd.
2016, right?
Yeah.
And you're saying it won't be another year before another disaster before we get caught out there.
Probably be the summertime.
It's
hot outside. People are a little bit more irritated. They ain't got time for this bullshit. And there's too many people out there. Something's gonna go down. Some some white's gonna nigger somebody, or somebody's
Something's gonna happen.
Something's gonna happen in a club or at a rap concert or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Or
You
we
know?
might have another big hurricane come through. You know what I'm saying?
Tornado
The southern
season's
states,
coming up.
in the southern states.
Yeah.
You know
So what you saying? Your
So,
people
you
just
know,
not gonna learn anything, basically.
Like I said, it's just
Is that what you're saying?
we're not mad enough. There's nothing that keeps us angry. The civil rights movement kept us angry. That's why we were able to affect change.
And then what happened? The white folks came and pacified. And we've been pacified ever since.
Well, hey man, good show, fellas. I gotta go out and take my disposable income to the strip club, and I'm not even trying to hear anything y'all got to say. It's the K Central Show. We out. Peace.
42nd Street.